Hey, what's up everyone, hope you are all doing extremely well. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how I made this Spider-Man animation in Unreal Engine. I got the inspiration for making this after watching this scene from Spider-Man No Way Home. So I collected the references from the movie and stored it in PureRef. Now seeing the reference, it is pretty clear that there is a row of too many trees over here. So simulating them in Blender could be really challenging. So instead, I will be using Unreal Engine for this purpose. The Unreal version that I'm gonna use for this project is 4.27. So launch your Unreal Engine and select the project category to be game. Then inside template, select third person template. Now you can name your project whatever you want and just simply click on create project to create a new project. Now first thing we need to do is to add a level. So right click and add a new level. Let's name it as map 1. Now you can see everything is blank. So first thing we need to do is to go to modes and select landscape. So now we are in the landscape mode. On the left, you can scroll down and click on create to create a new landscape. Now let's go back to select mode. And now we need to add lightnings. So in the place actor panel over here, you can search for directional lighting and you can just drag and drop the directional light in your scene. The next thing we need to add is sky atmosphere. So search for sky atmosphere and just again drag and drop to your scene. So now we need to activate our sky. So for that, first select directional light. We need to make the directional light movable for the dynamic lighting. Then you can scroll down and search for atmosphere and cloud and check the atmosphere sunlight box. This will make the sky visible in your level. Now the next thing we need to do is to add some clouds. So in place actor panel, search for volumetric clouds and just drag and drop in your level. Now we are done with the clouds. The last thing we need to add is skylight. So just simply search for skylight and just drag and drop. Now we need to add the tower model. So the model that I'm gonna use is this high voltage transmission line model that I found in Sketchfab. Thanks to the artist who provided this model. Just download the GLTF format. Then you can simply drag and drop in your content browser, import it and place it in your level. One problem that I observed with this model is that these light bars are emissive in color. To fix it, you can simply open glass basic material and in the material section, you can just remove the emissive color, then open the base color and you can decrease the intensity of color. Just simply apply it and we got our model fixed. Now we need to duplicate the asset. So just select the tower, then hold on Alt key and just left click drag the gizmos. So in this way we duplicate the assets in Unreal Engine. But you may observe that these wires are overlapping in between. Well, to fix it, what we need to do is to open Blender and import the same GLTF model. Go to edit mode and just delete all the hanging wires. And finally, once you are done, just simply export again as a GLTF format and import this back in Unreal Engine. Now we need to sculpt the landscape. So under modes, go to landscape mode, then click on sculpt and just start sculpting the landscape. You can also use alpha brushes if you have for more better sculpting results. Now we need to download our landscape material. So I use assets from Quixel Bridge. I downloaded this cracked rock texture and just export it in Unreal Engine. Then you can navigate to the texture in your Megascans folder. Then you can select the landscape, scroll down in details panel. In landscape material, just drag and drop this material and the material will be applied to the landscape. But you can notice there is a lot of tiling going on over here. Well, to fix it, one way you can do this is by using the material present in the starter content. So open your starter content folder. If you don't have it, you can click on this add import button, then click on add feature or content pack. From here, select the starter content and add it to project. Once you have it, you will see Unreal by default provide varieties of material. So you can just select any one of it. In my case, I will select rock basalt material and apply it to my landscape. And you can see there is no tiling going on in this material. Now what we simply need to do is to replace the image texture. So just open up the material and search for this texture sample node. This texture sample node has different base color. So what we need to do is to replace this with our original one. So just select any one of it. Then inside content browser, select the albedo and just simply click on this icon. And it will replace that texture with albedo map. Just do the same for the next one also. Now we need to repeat this process for normal maps. And after this, we are done with the material. Just click on apply and save it. Okay, so now we have also applied our material to the scene. Now I don't care about the base part as it will be covered by trees. For adding some foggy effect, under Place Actor panel, search for Exponential Height Fog and drag and drop in your scene. Then to adjust the sun position, just hold on Ctrl+L and just move your mouse to change the sun position. I will keep my sun near to the horizon. Now we need to add some trees. So for that I will be using Megascans Trees that are one of the best trees available in Unreal Marketplace. So you can just download it for free and then you can just add it to your project. On adding trees, the black adder folder will appear in your content browser. Open it, then under Geometry, select Simple Wind. And now I will be adding these assets in our foliage. So for that, in Modes, go to Foliage, then just select all the trees and drag and drop in your foliage asset. So first I will start by the base part. So select all the small foliages, then set the size and density of the brush. Just paint it. You may need to vary this according to your preferences. Once you are done with the base part, just select all the big trees. Then in the bottom section, under the placement, just uncheck this align to normal so that they spawn straight on the ground. And now just simply paint your scene with all the trees. Try to keep less trees on the middle part. Once you are done with this, now we need to change the color of the trees. So for that, there will be an MS preset folder already made in your content browser. So just open it, then select MS Foliage Material and open Global Foliage Actor. And then drag this in your scene. This will allow us to control the Megascans Trees. After selecting, in your Details panel, first select the directional light and click on Update Parameter. This will help the trees know from where the sunlight is coming and helps to get more accurate results. Then in the Season and Health section, you can see Season Strength. So if you increase the value of Season Strength, you can see the trees are turning more yellowish. So through this, you can set the color of the trees you want. Also, you can play around with other values for getting the result that you want. For me, this works fine. Finally, to get the clear idea of our scene, we need to add a camera. So search for Cine Camera Actor and just drag and drop in your scene. Then in the World Outliner, just right click on the Cine Camera and select Snap Object to Weave. This will snap the camera to your current view. In the perspective mode, select Cinematic Viewport and then select the placed camera. So now you get a full weave of the camera. Lastly, add a post-process volume. In Detail panel, search for Infinite and check this box so that post-process volume can affect the whole world. Now search for exposure and make the value of minimum and maximum brightness to be 1. Also you can play with the value of exposure compensation for adjusting your exposure according to your need. Also in the Details panel of Directional Light, make sure to turn on Light Shaft Occlusion. And for the Exponential Height Fog, just turn on the Volumetric Fog. Rest thing is up to you. You need to play around with all the other value until you get something appropriate you want. Once you are done, now we need to add the Spider-Man model. So I got this Spider-Man model from Sketchfab, again thanks to the owner of this model. Just download the model in FBX format. Now this character is not rigged, so we're gonna use Mixamo for this purpose. So just open Mixamo and click on Upload Character and upload this FBX model. Once you upload it, for the auto rigging purpose, it will ask to set the location for some body parts. Just do this and click on Next. Now the Maximo will auto rig your character. So we have our character rigged using Maximo. Now there are two ways to animate this character. The first way is to download this character in T-pose, then you can open Blender and just manually animate the whole animation. Then after the manual animation, you can just export it again as an FBX and import it in Unreal Engine. But this way is gonna take a lot of time and also I'm not good at animation. So what I'm gonna do is to download the small parts of animation from Maximo and just blend them together in Unreal Engine to make it work. But please note that this way doesn't work in real production and also it is only suitable for small animation clips. So the way we're gonna do this is just drag and drop our model in our content browser. We added this model so that Unreal could know that this is our base skeleton. Now we need to add animations for our character. So again I go to Maximo, then I selected this start swinging animation and just click on download. Under FPS I will select 24 and I will select without skin as I only need animation. Then just simply click on download. In the similar manner, I downloaded this stylish flip animation and flying animation. On importing this animation, just make sure that the skeleton is Spider-Man one and then just click on import to import them. So that's how I get this 3 animation in our scene. The next thing we need to do is to add a timeline. So under cinematics, click on add level sequence. Set the FPS to be around 24. I want the duration to be 10 seconds. So I will write 10 cross 24, that is around 240 frames. Then drag and drop our camera in the timeline and place the Spider-Man model in our level. Then similarly add the same in the timeline. In the transform tab, you can just add a first keyframe over there, and under animation you can select the start swinging animation. Now one thing you will observe that after playing the animation, the Spider-Man is again getting back to its original position. That's because this animation is not an in-place animation. Also on the Maximo side, you can't see any in-place option over there. So the only way to fix it is just open our animation. Click on asset details over here and search for root. Simply check these two options and you will have your Spider-Man move around the root position. Then I will scroll through the timeline, just change the position of the Spider-Man and create a keyframe over there. In this way I will create a motion path for our Spider-Man. Once we got all the motion keyframes set, now we need to add animation. But first make sure that you enable root motion for all the animations. Then you can simply add the animation you require in the sequencer. You can also drag it over the other animation to create a blending effect in between them. So in this way, spend some time trying out different animation, blend them in between to get the desired result. So finally I got this kind of results over here. Now the next thing I want to do is whenever the Spider-Man enters the camera view, I want the camera shake over there. So the way I'm gonna do this is under content browser, right click and create a blueprint class. Then down here search for camera shake and add this default camera shake base class. On opening it, you will see something like this. Under location, I will set the amplitude to be 3 and same for the rotation. Then in the Cine Camera Actor, click on track and under camera shake, add your camera shake. Now you can see it is very subtle right now. So I will be changing the duration, in time and out time blend, and will also change the frequency for the rotation and location. Now it looks more effective. So further we need to play around with this value. You can also add one more camera shake in the continuation of this. In the similar manner, for the second shot, I created this kind of parabolic transform path for the Spider-Man. Then I just add animation tracks over there. Over here, there are two cameras being used. The first one is for the first part and then there is a camera cut at the second part. And from there onwards, the second camera shot begins. Once we are done with all our shots, now we need to render the final animation. For the rendering purpose, I will use movie render queue. So first click on over here and select movie render queue. If you don't see this option, you have to go to edit, then under plugins, search for movie render queue and enable it. Then simply click on this render option. For the configuration, click on this. Now I want the output to be in the PNG format. So I will delete this JPEG. Then under settings, add PNG sequence. Also I will add anti-aliasing and high resolution from the sequence. Then finally select the output location you want and also the resolution. Click on accept and click on render local. So that's how I made the Spider-Man animation in Unreal Engine. If you want more such videos on Unreal Engine, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video, make sure to hit the like and support me by subscribing to my channel. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.